Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Casting an Actor's Perspective. My name is John. You know the drill. We're jumping right in. This week, we're talking about reader etiquette. Now, if you've been following this at all, great, thank you. If you haven't, I've done easily over 10,000 auditions as a reader for various casting offices. So I've seen a lot of shit, is what I'm trying to tell you. In fact, let's take a look for a moment at this camera over here so you can see that I'm wearing shorts with a tucked in button down shirt and this blazer. And the reason I'm doing that is because I just finished doing a self-tape and I just wanted to show you that you can just have fun. I want you to have fun. This is all about fun. I'm doing this in a pair of shorts like an idiot because I don't care. And also it gives me a little fun secret that I get to play with that nobody else is going to know except for you now after I tell you what I'm doing. But I just wanted to point out this is all about having some fun, and all of your auditions should be fun. All right, so let's just move on. That has nothing to do with reader etiquette, but I just wanted to acknowledge it because I know you're going to see me on this side. Right, Melissa? So, anyway, let's talk about reader etiquette. Now, I have so many stories about reader etiquette to share, but let's just boil it down. I have been kissed. I have been slapped in the face. I have been pushed and shoved up against a wall. I have felt the hot breath of an actor. I have felt spittle come out of an actor's mouth and land on my face. I have had a guy put his forehead to my forehead as we go mano a mano because that's what he needed to do. And every single time it was a surprise and it was exciting. And the slap was a little... I felt my butthole pucker, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. It was one of those moments where I was like, oh shit, did we just really do this? And even casting was like, oh shit, did we really just do this? And then the guy who slapped me was like, really sorry about that. And I'm like, you're cool. And he was cool. And I'll tell you why he was cool, because we had done several reads for producers together. So we knew each other a little bit. And so this wasn't our first time around with one another. So here's my advice about reader etiquette. You should never slap, kiss, punch, push up against the wall, put your forehead against their forehead. You should never do any of those things pretty much ever. There are a couple of places, though, where you might be able to play and take a chance. Remember last week we talked about taking a chance. The place where I will say you might have a little bit more wiggle room is in producer sessions and director sessions and studio sessions. The reason being, they really just want to see what you can do. And 99% of the time, nobody wants to see the reader on camera. But every once in a while, especially if it's somebody that comes in and has a lot of weight behind their name or whatever, has all these credits, they can get away with a little bit more and they can push a little bit harder. So if you're not that person, be very careful with this. But also pick your spots. The other thing that goes along with that is check in with your reader. Please check in with the reader. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get somebody who's mean. You're not going to get an actor sitting across from you reading with you. All right? And in this virtual space, it's all a whole new fucking world for all of us, right? But in the casting offices, in the rooms, you got to be really careful because 9 times out of 10, like I said, these are casting directors or casting assistants or casting associates that are reading with you and not actors. I'm an actor. I'm all for, let's go for it. Let's see how deep we can go. Let's see how much fun we can have. And the consequences be damned. Let's just fucking jump in and go. That's me. Casting, not so much. So know who you're reading with. And more importantly than anything else that I've said, if there is something that you feel that you absolutely need or want, talk to the reader about it. I would encourage you to run it by casting as well. But I will tell you that there have been times where people have just come to me and me alone and said, hey, I'd like to do this. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. And we don't tell casting, and it comes as a surprise for them. But they ask my permission first. So if there's anything that you need to do, especially physically, make sure you talk to the reader. Give them a heads up. Otherwise, don't ever touch the reader. All right, so that's it for this episode, y'all. I want you to join me next week where I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't think it's talked about often enough, and that is over preparation. Yes, you can be too prepared. Yes, you can rehearse a scene to death. And yes, they will know it when you do it. All right, so we'll talk about that next week.